it was tough going through those. But, at the end of the day, I just kept working hard, put my head down, and made it here today. So I'm just blessed and excited to join the Bucs.
All right, next up, we have Greg Auman.
Antoine, I just want to ask you about your versatility. Coach Fleck was saying he feels like you can tackle like a linebacker, you got hands like a receiver, you can cover like a corner. Where do you think that suits you best in the NFL?
Like you said, versatility. I can play pretty much anywhere. I can play on tight ends. I can play on slot receivers. I can blitz. I can play in the post. My versatility is my biggest asset, and I feel like Tampa Bay is going to use me well that way.
All right, next up we have Jenna Lane.
Congratulations, Antoine. I know you're
excited.
Thank you. I have to ask you, I don't know if this came up in conversation with your dad, but your dad actually intercepted your new quarterback, Tom Brady, back in 2001. You were, I think, 3 years old. Can you talk about that? Has your dad mentioned that to you at all? And what's that going to be like?
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, he hasn't mentioned it to me yet. They're downstairs celebrating right now. But when I get a chance, he'll probably say something about it. But like I said before, I'm just excited to, be a part of this team.
Next up is Ed Encina.
Talked about, how much, the influence that your dad had on you. I think you talked about, how, you would be sitting on his lap, looking at a laptop with him, studying plays. How much of an influence has he been on you just as from you being a little kid, and just how much, you think that has helped you get to this point?
Yeah, it helped in every way possible. Growing up, I would watch him, do things and play football. And just a little advice that he would give me just growing up. He would take me out to the backyard. We'd be doing football drills, just working on things I need to work on, watching film together. And he started me off at an early age. So I feel like that just helped me and developed me more faster than other kids at my time.
All right, next up we have Mike Giardi. Mike? All right, we're going to go over to Luke Easterling.
Hey, Antoine, congratulations. Welcome to Tampa.
Thank you.
So, you're coming to a Tampa Bay team that, has been very aggressive this offseason. Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, they traded up yesterday to get a right tackle. This is a team that's already got 2 Pro Bowlers at wide receiver. The NFL sack leader is coming back. You have a lot of young talent, veteran talent on both sides of the ball. What does it mean to you to be coming to a franchise that's ready to make a Super Bowl run right away?
Yeah, that means everything. I was actually just talking to my dad about that. We talked about the players that they had. And, I'm just ready to be that additional piece to help hopefully win a Super Bowl this year. So I'm just extremely excited.
Okay, next up we have Mark Cook.
Hey, Antoine, congratulations. Welcome to Tampa.
Thank you.
Talked a little bit about your versatility, Greg did, but talk about where you see yourself fitting in a Todd Bowles defense, at the safety position, coming up inside and run support. Just talk about where you feel you fit best here in Tampa Bay and in Todd Bowles' system.
Yeah, I would say either the free safety position or the nickel position. I feel like both of those positions, they're versatile. You got to be able to, like I said before, play in the post, play down in the box, make tackles. And I feel like either free safety or nickel is the right fit for me for the defense.
All right, next up we have Steve Isbitz.
Antoine, what can you say stood out for you during this process with the Bucs as far as coaches you talked to and your impressions and, just that whole process?
Well, the process for me, it was different because of the coronavirus and everything. So I wasn't able to meet with these teams face to face. And all we could really do was go through FaceTime and things like that. So I feel like that was a different part of the process. But, we dealt with it the best way we can by doing FaceTime interviews, things like that.
All right, next up we have Rick Stroud.
Hey, Antoine, what did it mean for you to help get Minnesota, a team, a university that really hadn't won a lot, the kind of year you had? And can you take us through, I think one of the instinctive plays we all remember was the interception against Penn State. But just take us through though, what it meant to you at Minnesota and then that play.
Yeah, this year in Gopher football, we did things that we haven't done in over 115 years. Going throughout the season, our goal was just to win every weekend. And, we had a great time going out there and doing it. Specifically against Penn State, I remember that game. I remember that game for the rest of my life. We were both, I believe, 8 and 9-0 at the same time. And, that game was just a great game for me. Went out there, made a few plays. But going through this season, it was an amazing experience, especially to basically put Gopher football on the map.
All right, next up, we got another one from Greg Allman.
Hey, Antoine, I actually covered you in the Outback Bowl back in January. I don't know, it's got to be neat for you to be going to a stadium you've already played in, but how much did you play that game knowing it would be your last college football game, perhaps?
You know what? I didn't even know that was going to be my last game. After the bowl game, that's when I decided and made my decision. But yeah, I just decided to make my decision after the bowl game and playing that last game. I just gave it all I could just because I knew it's just the next game. But I didn't really think about coming out that year or this year until after.
Okay, next up, we have another one from Jenna Lane.
Back to the Tom Brady and your dad saga. What's it like for you having a quarterback that's the same age as your dad? And what does it say about him, the fact that he has played, over 20 seasons?
Yeah, that's crazy. But, Tom Brady's a GOAT. It's going to be crazy when I see him in person, but he's one of my favorite players. And it is crazy that my dad played against him. And I don't know, that's just wild for me to just think about.
All right, we're going to try Mike Giardi again.
Let's try this. I think I got it this time. Antoine, congratulations. I just wanted to ask you, obviously, having your dad's genes run through you is important and has helped you become the player you are. But you also got his size at 5'9" and change. I'm curious what sort of challenges that presents to you. And does that, I don't know, I guess there's some people that thought you would have gone higher and maybe that the height might be an issue and why you went a little bit lower.
Yeah, I've been this height my entire life. I don't view my height as a factor. It can be tall guys that play football that aren't as good as me. And, it doesn't really matter about how tall or big you are. It's really about your fight and what you can bring to the table. And I feel like I can get the job done at my size. So I never looked at it as a problem.
We have time for a couple more. We're going to go for one more with Steve Iswitz.
Antoine, what would you tell fans about your game, fans who don't know how you play and how you carry yourself? And do you feel like you're a leadership kind of guy who's going to come in on day one and sort of be a big personality?
Yes, sir. That's the goal, to come in there and just make a big impact on the team, try to lift up as many people as I can and just bring positive energy. And I would say my game is very versatile. Like I said before, I can play anywhere on the field. I can tackle well. I have great range from sideline to sideline. I blitz well, and I create takeaways, which is the most important thing. So I'm just excited.
All right, for our last one, we're going to go to Scott Smith, Fox 13.
Antoine, congratulations.
Thank
what
you.
kind of mentor has your father been to you over the course of your career? What kind of info does he give you, having played the position at such a high level, that you can kind of transfer over into your game?
Yeah, a ton of information. And like I said, he started me off young. We were in the backyard doing footwork drills when I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. And, he's always been there. Always been somebody that I can to with football and any questions that I need. He has 14 years of NFL experience. So he pretty much has a whole bunch of information stored in his head about football. And he's just always been there that I can go to. I use him all the time.
All right, that's all we got for you now, Antoine. I appreciate it, man. Excited to have you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.